Lisa forgot to pick up Chu from daycare. "It's your turn," she said when we were both home. "You do Tuesdays," I shot back. She thought about it, and then something helpless moved across her face. Losing a 50 or a button is one thing. Forgetting to pick up your daughter from daycare is another. "I'll go get her." I lied to the teacher, who was walking Chu around the locked garden, something about traffic. Then came a few days where nothing much seemed to happen, and then Chudo announced that we had promised her a doll, in exchange for not bothering us during Harry Potter. After that it poured. We forgot things that mattered to other people: promises, requests, obligations, plans. We started calling each other constantly, checking on everything, asking if we'd forgotten something. We fought anyway, the forgetting was accelerating. Lisa forgot my father's birthday. I'd always forgotten it myself, but Lisa used to remind me, and then she didn't. I bought her best friend orchids, even though she's allergic to them, something I used to know. The worst was when she started crying in bed one night and whispered bitterly, "God, how do you forget something like that?" I had no idea what I'd forgotten. We didn't have sex after that. A neurologist and then a therapist both threw up their hands. They prescribed citalopram and a few other things, but none of it helped. Lisa dragged home a yellowed stack of typewritten pages, some enormous list of causes for every possible ailment and misfortune, running from heel itch to hunchback hex. "Don't laugh," she said. "Science isn't going to help us. We need to look somewhere else." I wasn't laughing. "Pamyatniki, they're called Pamyatniki," my wife shouted close to midnight. "Made by human hands?" I asked. "They're like house spirits, only evil," she said, ignoring the joke. "They feed on memory, then they speed up and drive you mad." "How do we get rid of them?" Lisa rustled through the papers for a while, then looked up at me with frightened eyes. "We don't." "What?" "2 pages are missing." "Everything's online," I said, confident. But to my surprise, there was nothing online about Pamyatniki, not as house spirits, not as anything. They weren't anywhere. Worse, to even remember the word, I had to keep glancing back at the article. I couldn't finish typing the search before I'd forgotten what I was looking for. "That's how they work," Lisa said. She printed 2 sheets of A4 with PAMYATNIK written on them and handed one to me. "Now find out how to get rid of a house spirit." I looked at her face and tried to remember who she was and why she was handing me a piece of paper covered in strange symbols. I started crying. Something about all of this filled me with dread. She came over and held me and cried too. Then a small person in a dress walked up and held us both and cried. I knew that if I closed my eyes, something terrible would happen. And then I realized I didn't know what terrible meant, and I closed them. I couldn't remember how to open them again. I curled up and went still. I remembered nothing, feared nothing, waited for nothing. I felt fine. It would have been better, though, if someone nearby would stop whimpering.